Her voice trembled as tears streamed down her face. "Please, don't hurt me. I can't walk," the CEO cried, her golden skirt brushing the floor as the man knelt beside her, his hand hovering near her injured leg. What happened next would change both of their lives forever, a moment that proved kindness can appear when we least expect it and heal wounds we can't even see. Hey there, welcome to Kindness Lights, the channel where real stories remind us that compassion is still alive in this world. If you believe in kindness, please subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Now, let's begin this powerful story. It was a frosty Monday morning in Chicago when Evelyn Carter, a young CEO known for her determination, rolled her wheelchair into the glass lobby of her company's high-rise office. She had built her empire after a devastating accident took her ability to walk, and though people admired her strength, few knew how lonely her climb to the top truly was. That same morning, a man named Ben, wearing a janitor's uniform, arrived early for his shift. He was a single dad raising a 7-year-old girl named Lily and working nights to make ends meet after losing his job in construction. Their worlds couldn't have been more different, but fate was about to bring them together in a way neither could have imagined. Evelyn was strict, sharp, and often distant with her staff. Years of pain and betrayal had built walls around her heart, walls that even success couldn't tear down. But that afternoon, while everyone rushed to meet deadlines, she noticed Ben quietly fixing a light fixture near her office door, humming softly under his breath. Something about his calm presence caught her attention. It felt human in a place that had forgotten how to be. A few hours later, Evelyn stayed late reviewing reports while Ben cleaned the hallways. As he passed her office, he smiled politely, but before he could move on, a crash echoed. Her wheelchair slipped on a wet floor, sending her tumbling forward. Pain shot through her leg as she screamed in fear, "Please, don't hurt me. I can't walk." Ben rushed over, startled, his heart racing. He dropped his mop, knelt beside her, and said softly, "Ma'am, you're okay, I'm not going to hurt you. Just breathe. I'm here to help." She trembled, tears in her eyes, her mind flashing back to the night of her car accident, strangers' hands, flashing lights, chaos, and now this man, a stranger again, kneeling before her. "I said I can't walk," she cried, her voice breaking. "I know," he whispered, gently wrapping his shirt around her bleeding leg. "I've got you. You're safe." His words were steady, kind, and something inside her began to calm. The paramedics arrived minutes later, saying Ben's quick actions likely prevented serious blood loss. Evelyn refused to go to the hospital until she could thank him properly. "You didn't have to help me," she said, wiping her tears. "Anyone else would have just called for help." Ben smiled softly, his hands still trembling from adrenaline. "Ma'am, my daughter always says, do for others what you'd want someone to do for you. I just did what I hoped someone would do for her." Those words stayed with Evelyn long after he left that night. The next morning, she called HR and asked them to bring Ben to her office. When he walked in, nervous and humble, she said, "I owe you an apology, and my thanks." He looked surprised. "You don't owe me anything, ma'am. I was just doing my job." She shook her head. "You were doing more than that. You reminded me what it means to care." Over the next few weeks, Evelyn found herself talking to Ben more often. They spoke about life, loss, and the little girl who was his entire world. She learned he used to dream of becoming an architect before his wife passed away and bills forced him to take any job he could find. One evening, she found him sketching on a piece of cardboard during his break, a beautiful design for an accessible park, one that children in wheelchairs could enjoy. "This is amazing," Evelyn said softly. "Why aren't you building this for real?" Ben smiled, embarrassed. "It's just a dream. I promised Lily I'd build a park one day where everyone could play. Maybe someday." Something inside Evelyn stirred. For years, she'd been focused on profits and power, but here was a man with so little who still dreamed of giving. The next morning, she made a decision. When the company held its quarterly meeting, Evelyn announced a new community initiative, they would fund a fully accessible park for children with disabilities. The entire room gasped as she continued, and the man leading this project is our very own Ben. Ben stood frozen, speechless, tears filling his eyes as applause filled the room. "Why me?" he whispered later. Evelyn smiled. "Because kindness like yours deserves to be seen and built." Months passed, and the park took shape. Ben designed it with ramps, sensory gardens, and swings that any child could use. On opening day, Lily ran across the bright new playground, laughing with joy, while Evelyn watched from her wheelchair, tears streaming down her cheeks. "You did it," she said to Ben as he stood beside her. He shook his head gently. "No, we did it. You believed in me." She smiled. "You reminded me how." As the sun set over the park, families played, laughter filled the air, and Evelyn felt something she hadn't in years: peace. The pain, the loneliness, the fear of being seen as broken, it all melted away, replaced by the simple truth that kindness heals. Looking out over the children playing, Evelyn whispered, "Sometimes, the people we think come to clean up our messes are the ones who help us rebuild our lives." Ben smiled. "And sometimes," he said, "the strongest people aren't the ones who stand, they're the ones who keep going no matter what." Their story spread through the city, inspiring others to act with compassion. Strangers volunteered to help at the park, businesses donated, and parents brought their kids to learn about kindness. Evelyn and Ben continued working together, proving that when hearts open, miracles happen. Kindness didn't just heal her wounds, it built a bridge between two lives that once felt broken. So, remember this: kindness doesn't need wealth, power, or perfection, just a willing heart. If this story touched you, share it with someone who needs hope today, because one act of kindness can start a chain that never ends. This is Kindness Lights, reminding you that even in the darkest moments, a single light of compassion can change everything.